Okay, so I played Warzone Mobile for like 5 hours without many big breaks, and it pretty much fried my phone screen. And I had the same exact issue with my old gaming device, which was just a device, Samsung Galaxy S10 and screen protectors. And basically the phone would get hot quick, and what would happen then was there would be some liquid forming under the screen protector in the area, just a moment. Basically in those areas which are moved the most, the movement area and the overall ADS, just screen turning area and shooting areas. There would be some liquid puddles, and when the phone is not hot they would be visible but would not feel as much, although there would be like some friction, right? But during the gaming time it would really just be bad for registering any movement at all. And so what I used to do then is I would simply buy a new phone screen like once a month or whenever it became unusable. Because there was one time when I literally just had a new screen put on, then during the weekend I was playing, and after the weekend it is already ruined. And so this Red Magic Gaming dedicated device, it features an integrated cooler, which does reduce the heat, I would say quite significantly. And when playing Call of Duty Mobile, the phone would get heated somewhat, but it would not be such a big issue. And it also had a screen protector sticker, but I was playing Warzone around the game when it was finally officially released, and I noticed those liquid puddles under the sticker. And so I peeled it off, and at first everything was fine. Wait, I need to fix my earphone. Yeah, so at first everything was fine, and then one day, like I said, I played more Warzone Mobile for like a few hours. I was doing a weapon grind. And next morning I wake up, and on those movement areas it is just bad. There are those like stain marks, but once I tried to clean them up, I used regular cleaners like window cleaners, whatever. I even went to the store and bought a professional one. But with the professional it does wipe the screen like neatly, and you cannot see the stain, but once you start gaming and phone starts heating up, they just come back. And so it is not pleasant visually, and when the phone is heated you simply cannot have movement as good. Like there is some random delay. I had to up sensitivity, and I mean it is really not ideal to basically have a dedicated gaming device, one of the higher end I would say, and simply have it ruined due to overheat. And now and now what can be done? Well, the procedure would not be difficult. I would have to ship it to repairs, and they would basically just have to remove the top screen layer, which I cannot do myself because it is glued. They would have to just take it off, clean it, and glue it back again. Essentially it would be the same as like I would use to simply remove the old screen protector and put a new one, except that it would be the same screen. So it is possible to repair. However, it means that I would have to ship it and wait for it to come back and whatnot. And so I decided to simply get an extra gaming phone as like a replacement for the time being. But I also got a cooler, and I do not advertise a brand or anything, because even this shop they had a newer model which might be somewhat better, I don't know. But what I am advertising is that basically I put this cooler on the phone. This part is just cooling it up, and I was playing Warzone Mobile, the same game, for like 2 hours and then break, then hour something and break, and then hour something and break. And the phone was stone cold. Like when I removed it and checked the bottom part, it literally felt like a stone. You know, when a stone is not like hot, not under the sun, and it's cold. So this whole area was really just cold. Then the top part, this part, it was a little bit warm, but like not notably so. And there was some warmness on those areas, but it was like mild. It was what would you get while just being in a game lobby before any game even starts. Okay. And yeah, so basically what you must have if you want to play Warzone Mobile, because again, this is a good, proper gaming device with an integrated heater, good processing system, everything. And it's just not sufficient. And yeah, so a cooler, now what you have to do is simply find one cooler that is available in your store, in your location, like, and get it. And now I will be playing what, yeah, so what I also notice is that those parts, while they are still there, but when the cooler prevents the phone from overheating, they do not really feel as much. Like the movement was fine all the time, although sometimes there would be like awkward moments, but it could be also because I was simply getting tired. And I mean, even if I have the heater, the cooler and everything on, the problem is still there. Those stains are under the screen. Like I cannot remove them. But keeping the phone cold, it did make it all better. Like they were not as big of a problem, maybe barely even so. And I really just wish that I had this, well, not this, but a attachable cooler before this problem appeared, because it would have certainly prevented those stains from forming. And that would simply mean that I would have a functional phone without any issues, and I would not be in need of shipping it to repair center. So yeah, simply, if you don't have this problem yet, I still recommend you to get some sort of a cooler. Now, how this one works, basically I have to plug it in into a wire. There is that hole, and turn it on and it simply starts to cool. And I was using the maximum cooling mode, and I do not want to reduce it, like to test or whatever, because this is Warzone Mobile. It will fry my phone again if I just put it on lower. Yeah, and so if you already have those dots, then, like I said, you really just have to take the phone to repairs. It will not be a hard procedure, as we just have to unglue the top layer of the screen and clean it and then put it back again. But if you don't have them, getting a cooling device is an absolute must. It will simply prevent your phone from overheating. And yeah, so I intend to keep on playing Warzone Mobile on this device with a cooler on, only with a cooler on. Like, I don't even want to be in lobby like this without the cooler on. And otherwise, the new phone, well, it's basically just a newer model of the same Red Magic 9. And it really feels amazing, I have to say. Like the system, everything is just smoother. Although I haven't played any games with it yet, it has not even had its first charge. But on this one I intend to play COD-M because it is my main game, and simply because I do not want to fry another phone with Warzone Mobile, you know. So this one is for COD Mobile. This one, well, I really planned to ship it to repairs right away, but at the moment I want to test the cooler more, and like I said, I did notice that with the cooler running, those parts with the stains, they were not as big of a deal. So like, sure, I could ship it to have it fixed, but I simply can't play with the cooler on and those stains at the moment. And if situation becomes worse, then I can have it repaired, since it costs money, you know, and time. And yeah, I pretty much just bought that device because I was kind of panicking that my gaming device, my professional, I would say, gaming device is suddenly unusable. or rather usable at the moment, but like from my experience with the screen protectors, those stain areas, they would just spread. And I simply had to remove the screen protector on my old phone and get a new one because I couldn't really play with it anymore. And now the same exact thing is going on under the screen. Yeah. But a cooler, it does hold. So really, I'm not saying this brand, I'm not saying anything, and like I said, even for this brand I think there might be better options, but a cooler is a must. No cooler, no Warzone Mobile, really. Like, you just can't.